do the changes in the music business what is the impact of those changes on how a music attorney operates? The answer is it is impacting it all the time. We have to stay abreast. There are copyright law changes going on as we speak. There is no compulsory licensing rate for musical compositions when there has in fact been for years. It's under review right now. There is the issue of what is paid for streaming and interactive streaming. So those are some copyright law issues that are ongoing right now. There are issues in the record deals. Record company deals are dramatically changing right now. There's a style of deal called a 360 deal. Record companies are more intrusively involving themselves in all aspects of the artist's life. That's totally different for us. So that's a new thing that we have to look at, we have to be aware of. That's why even for an experienced music attorney, you still need to keep going to these continuing legal education programs. You need to keep reading Billboard magazine. You need to try to stay abreast of what all these changes are. And you hit right on the time period. I mean, the last few years and continuing on right now, in my entire practice of 22 years, this is the most volatile time in terms of changes that impact my practice. How really does practically a music attorney stay abreast of those changes? I think there are maybe three things that quickly come to mind. The first is continuing legal education programs. Again, right here, South by Southwest, there's 2 days of continuing legal education programs. There are panels going on that are not separately continuing legal education, but are business-related panels that impact on what an attorney's activity might be like. How is the deal changing? You don't just have to go to a panel that an attorney is speaking on. You might want to go to a panel that record company executives are speaking on, because you're going to get their take on what's going on. So continuing legal education are just general music business programs at the highest level. That's the thing you need to interject yourself in, number one. Number two, you got to read trade publications. I mentioned Billboard because it is the most active one, and Billboard, while it's not a legal publication, they're going to be mentioning at least legal impact issues, and then you can see it in there, and then you can go do some other research. And the third is you need to look at the Copyright Office changes. I mean, there are regulations that are being posted. You can, and sort of an ancillary to that is you can go to the RIAA website, you can go to the Harry Fox Agency website, ASCAP, BMI, CSAC websites, Copyright Office, Trademark Office. Snoop around in there all the time and see what kind of changes are going on. So that's what a good music attorney, even who is deep in his or her practice, should be doing on a regular basis. How do we stay abreast of court cases? We don't generally, on the transactions side, stay terribly abreast of court cases. It's probably one of our weaker areas, but why that's true is that it generally doesn't have an impact on our deals. They generally go a different direction. They just don't have an impact on how a management agreement is going to be negotiated. If there is one that is so dramatic that is going to have an impact, it's going to be in Billboard. There's going to be some press on it somewhere, somehow. We probably should do a better job. There's a publication that I'm not going to remember the name of. There's a gentleman, Stan Suture. I'm going to give Stan Suture a little plug. He's an instructor at the University of Denver. He does a publication weekly or monthly. It's called the Entertainment Law Reporter or something along those lines, and he speaks at the CLE. You really want to know what changes are? Let me, again, long-winded way back around to answer it. Go to the CLE, because there will be somebody generally there who is talking about the litigation issues that are having impact over the past year. And he has a publication that he puts out at least monthly, if not weekly, that will address those changes also.